Hi guys, welcome to the Wrestling Retrospective, and in this video I'll do my review of the 2025 Royal Rumble. And also, just before we get into the video, I am doing a giveaway over on Twitter with the For You Wrestling channel, where if you look in the top left corner you will see my Twitter, and yeah, we're doing a giveaway of 2K25. So yeah, if you want to go do that, do follow the instructions in the post. You want to repost it, sub to my channel, sub to his channel, and also put down your favourite WrestleMania moment, and you'll be put into a draw that will be selected at random in early March to be able to win an edition of 2K25. So yeah, go find that, go join it, go subscribe to the channels, and yeah, let's get into the video. So first up on the card, we had the Women's Royal Rumble match. The way I'm going to do is to kind of go through the notes I've made, and it kind of is in order of the entrance and stuff. I'm not going to go through every entrance that entered, but I've made short notes on kind of stuff that was highlighted to me in my... And then we'll talk about Charlotte winning at the end pretty much. But yeah, my pick that I had to win the match entered number 1. Again, it happened in the Men's Rumble in 2021, but luckily Edge won. Happened for the men's in 2022, happened for the women's in 2023. And now in 2025, my pick to win the whole thing has come out at number 1. Very, very frustrating. And Liv started at number 2, which is for the second time in, what, 3 years now? A huge performance for Roxanne Perez, in my opinion, going an hour and 7 minutes plus. She got runner-up. And yeah, for me, it was a star-making showing for her. Yeah, really proving that she is the prodigy. Ivy Nile eliminating Lyra Valkyria, I think it's huge for her, especially because Ivy Nile is very much down the card of the women's division, so for her to eliminate Valkyria here, I thought was huge. I think they're going to obviously set up to a women's intercontinental title match at some point down the road, probably on Raw in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I thought it was massive. Pure Fusion Collective, I thought they had a really decent showing here, and it's the kind of showing that they kind of needed. If they're going to be a group that's going to be taken seriously and be seen as a force, then they need to be doing stuff that they were doing in the Rumble and kind of not doing stuff that's not going to get them taken seriously. And yeah, I feel like this is the good step in the right direction for them if they carry on doing it. I was very surprised to see no Jade Cargill. We do need that payoff for this part of the Jade Cargill, the whodunit part, so then we can start building to the next part of the feud, which will be Jade versus Who Did It at WrestleMania, I assume. Yeah, very surprised not to see her in there. Jada Parker and Lash Legend got really good showings throughout, and yeah, Parker got a pretty decent ovation as well, which was really cool to see. Bianca Belair stopping Jordynne Grace and Naomi from embracing. It kind of showed that little bit of heelness that we see every so often out of Bianca Belair. I really like it, and yeah, I feel like Bianca Belair turning heel is something that should probably happen sooner rather than later. So yeah, to kind of have that almost tease of it, I thought worked really well in the Rumble. The return of Alexa Bliss, finally. I'm hoping we kind of get a mix of maybe a little bit of Spooky, but mostly Goddess. She did come out with the doll, but I don't know whether it was like a homage to The Fiend or something like that, and then going forward she won't do it. That's what I'm hoping for. The doll thing is very, very silly in my opinion, and yeah, we need to see Alexa Bliss kind of back as a main event player, and we kind of do that throughout this year in my opinion, and it starts with kind of getting rid of the doll and kind of her being more serious. Stratus was, I think, was a huge surprise. Didn't really expect that at all, but she also didn't really face off with anyone as far as like dream face offs. I think she did a bit of back and forth with Jordynne Grace, but she was mostly going after Zelina Vega, but she very quickly got lost in the shuffle of the match, which was not like sad or anything, but it was like I expected a bit more out of Trish with her being such a surprise opponent. A big elimination for Liv getting rid of Alexa, in my opinion. Number 27 going back to its old ways with it being Charlotte Flair and kind of having the winner on it. I don't think it's quite back at the point where it's like the luckiest number in the Rumble. I think that's still 30, but yeah, it's kind of like funny to see 27 actually get a winner in more recent times. Having Julia and Stephanie Vaquer in the match, I think shows just how good the NXT Women's division is, and kind of hopefully we'll get more eyes on NXT going forward. They definitely have very good showings. And Io versus Julia is a very much dream match for maybe not this year, maybe for more next year, but it's a match I definitely want to see. Nia Jax cleared house better than I have ever seen anyone do it before. She got 6 to 7 eliminations in literally one move. I thought the whole thing, at first when I watched it, I thought it was very silly, the fact that like all them women were on the apron all at the same time, but it made sense as far as the storyline of the match goes. I don't hate it now looking back on it. But yeah, it's just something we don't really see often, is a mass elimination all at once. Normally it's just like one over the top, another over the top, another over the top, another over the top, whereas this one was literally everyone falling down at the same time. I enjoyed it, to be fair. Yeah, it gave this kind of something different compared to every other Rumble. The buzzer hitting 30, lingering on the apron, and then Nikki Bella coming out, I thought was very shithousery from WWE. You know, a lot of people expected Becky Lynch, maybe even more people expected AJ, and in my opinion, not bad that it was Nikki Bella. Like, I know she was heavily rumoured beforehand, and it made sense that she'd be 30, but yeah, just to have that linger and expect it to be, no offence to Nikki, but someone a lot bigger, I thought was very funny in my opinion. And yeah, as far as Charlotte winning, it was the safest option in my opinion, and assuming that she goes on to face Stephanie Stratton, which I think is more or less a lock at this point, and I feel like they can't really go anywhere else with it. Rhea versus Charlotte for a third time at WrestleMania, I don't think would hit the way they want it to, whereas Stratton and Charlotte is a dream match for a lot of people. And yeah, she wasn't my third pick to win, but I get it, and it makes perfect sense. And yeah, I think as a Rumble overall, it was really good, even without Lynch or AJ or Cargill kind of coming back. Yeah, I feel like it worked really well. It was a kind of more traditional Rumble compared to what we're going to get later on. And yeah, that's it. It worked really well. It flowed well, and yeah, just a very enjoyable Rumble. Following that, we had DIY defeat the MCMG Machine Guns 2-1 in the 2 out of 3 Falls match to retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. And yeah, this was a solid match, and probably between these two, their best match to date. I thought the flow of the match was really good. It didn't go too long, so we didn't get to that kind of tedious point a 2 out of 3 Falls match can get to. I'm glad they went 2-1 instead of 2-0. I feel like 2-0 would be almost too dominant over the MCMG Machine Guns, who I still feel very new at this point. DIY for me were the better team on the night, though. I thought that their psychology was really good. They were just tactically, as a tag team, way better off than Machine Guns. And yeah, I feel like just the match overall was, I said, it was decent, it was a solid match, but yeah, and I'm very happy to see that the Street Profits are back. It seems that they're going for a lot more serious now, and yeah, that's a good change for them. Hopefully it sees them return to the top of the tag team division, because my god, the tag team division needs it. And yeah, as I said, they're one of the, arguably, I mean, I guess one of the best teams in WWE, so they have to be back in the shuffle for me, and just, I don't get how they could have them so far lost in the shuffle anyway, but it does feel like this is the kind of team we should have got when Lashley was around. And yeah, as I said, I can only see good things here, and yeah, the match itself was really good, and yeah, for me, I can't really think of much else to say. I mean, as I said, it was a solid match. Its match placement wasn't great, like they had to put another match on in my opinion, and yeah, for me this was very much a case of everyone recovering from the Women's Rumble before we move on, but yeah, so it was alright to be fair. Following that, we had Cody defeating Kevin Owens in a ladder match to retain the WWE Championship, and holy shit, I did not expect just how brutal this match was going to end up. And yeah, just a very highly physical match, using even the smallest ladder to their advantage. And yeah, they used a little bit of blood. I expected a lot more, to be fair, as I don't know if you remember, but Cody Rhodes, he likes a bit of blood during a match. I don't know if you remember back to his AEW days when he bled like a stuffed pig, pretty much most matches. But yeah, I thought that the back fist into the sideways ladder, I think that whenever Kevin does that spot, is brutal. Like, it just makes me cringe every time he does it. I'm glad that Sami Zayn didn't get involved at all. Like, I know, moved on from the match a little bit here, but yeah, for me, I know he came out to see Kevin first, which I feel like it's just those kind of little details that we get with these matches. But yeah, no, I'm glad that he didn't get massively involved, therefore there was no kind of asterisk next to the win. Yeah, Cody, to be fair, with the Alabama slam through the ladder, man, that spot overall was awful. Like, it looked terrible. It looked like Cody pretty much killed Kevin. And yeah, I wonder, does Cody actually feel like a hero after doing that? Because for me, and especially with him going back after winning match and standing over Kevin on the announce table, that's very heelish in my opinion. And again, if it's the little details of Cody Rhodes turning heel, or maybe even being a tweener, I feel like this is kind of the start of that. But yeah, you know, AJ Styles once said it was all about the little things. And yeah, for me, there was a little bit of droplets of that throughout the match. You know, Sammy going straight to Kevin instead of going to Cody first. Cody standing over Kevin. And yeah, Kevin looked like a right stately when he came out of the ladder. And for me, I would have loved to see Kevin Owens kind of try and help Sammy in the Rumble anyway, with him just like falling apart trying to get to the ring. But we didn't get that. But yeah, for me, this was one of the best ladder matches in a long time. And yeah, we don't get very many one-on-one ladder matches anymore for championships, so yeah, this was a really good almost reintroduction for some people into that stipulation, and yeah, they went out and absolutely killed it, and I really hope KO is okay. And finally, we had the Men's Royal Rumble match won by, of course, Jey Uso, and yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. But yeah, Lucha versus Lucha start made sense, I guess. I personally would have had Carmelo Hayes start. I had it in my predictions for entrances. I had it in my predictions for the Rumble itself. I had it in my predictions on Uncut. But no, like literally, I can't believe it didn't start. I was so pissed off when Rey Mysterio came out first. Speaking of Carmelo Hayes, first out. Like, I was very, very surprised by that. And yeah, in my opinion, really bad decision. You know, like, Carmelo Hayes really should not have been the first one out there. And yeah, I think that's a bit of a step back for him, in my opinion. I'm absolutely here though for Santos Escobar versus Penta. I absolutely love Santos Escobar. I feel like he should be used a lot better on WWE television. I feel like, I know they're on separate brands at the minute, but if we do have a draft coming up in April, definitely put those two on the same brand. I'd love to see that match. I show Speed, respect to him for taking that spear, because he damn near got broken half, and yeah, just absolute respect for him for taking that bump. A genius way though to get viewers to watch WWE, and to get all those millions and millions of people who watch I Show Speed to watch the other guy who I can't, is it Kai Cenat or something? I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, two huge stars in the streaming game to get them people into watching WWE. So yeah, fair play with that one. Jacob Fatu came in at 12, and yeah, he didn't have the huge effect I thought he was going to have on the match. He only got 4 eliminations overall. I thought he was going to be a case of like a Kane or a Roman Reigns or a Braun Strowman, where he was going to be in the double figures of eliminations, but yeah, that wasn't the case. But yeah, I expected a lot more out of him. Kaiser was booked so badly to only being there for what, like 6 seconds. Like, there was really, I don't know, like, why they would even do that. It's not as if he's been set up in a way that would happen. Like, he's had a decent challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. And yeah, like, similar to Carmelo Hayes, it kind of seems like they're taking a step back with him with doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, so glad Joe Hendry was in it, like a huge moment. And they didn't treat him bad either. Like, to have him get eliminated by, of all people, Roman Reigns, really showed that they were going to treat TNA with a massive piece of respect, in my opinion. Roman Reigns at 16, very surprised to see him that early. Like, I fully expected him to come in between 25 and 30. And yeah, you know, it's a different kind of Rumble when he comes in at 16, goes over 40 minutes in the match, when we're very much used to Roman Reigns not being in long matches and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Bron Breakker getting in the spear on Roman Reigns, I think is a huge moment for him. And yeah, they teased us with a very good time when it comes to Roman versus Bron Breakker. Number 20 getting its first winner with Jey Uso, but I'll give my opinions on that later. But yeah, I think, yeah, I don't want to get too much into Jey Uso because I'll do it all at the end. Yeah, very, very happy to see the return of AJ Styles. I'm glad he wasn't out for too long with his foot injury. And yeah, the only real gripe I have with this is how he was eliminated, but we will get to that soon. Yeah, I thought Braun Strowman was dead. I was not expecting him to be in the Rumble at all, but no, he seems to have recovered from death pretty quickly. And yeah, so we had Fatu throw a desk chair onto the ring. I would have loved if Braun Strowman had picked up that chair and threw it at Roman Reigns, harkening back to like 2017, 2018, and the kind of prime Braun Strowman, the I'm not finished with you, get these hands, Braun Strowman throwing the chair at Roman Reigns on Raw. Yeah, the beginning of the end started for John Cena, and yeah, Cena at 23, Punk at 24, Rollins at 25, Dominic at 26. I think that might be the best back-to-back entrance in Rumble history. It was incredible. Yeah, I had Priest to be a possible Iron Man. He came in at bloody 28, so that was great. And yeah, there definitely seemed like there was something wrong when Priest eliminated McIntyre. I'm not going to really speculate into what happened. It did look as if something bad happened, but actually, in hindsight, and from what I've heard and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't seem like it was that much of a big deal, actually, or someone or something has been blown out of proportion, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, Priest eliminating McIntyre is huge for him. I feel like people are still getting used to Priest in the main event scene, so with that going down, I feel like it's a shock in a way. But we really should be getting used to Priest having that kind of elimination and having that big elimination and big kind of spot in the Rumble. And yeah, the second half of the Rumble really showed how stacked this match really was. Logan Paul at 30 I thought was a bit boring, I'm not gonna lie, but it kind of made sense because of how like brash and heel he is. I find Sami Zayn eliminated by Jey Uso very interesting, but I'll get into that very soon. I also thought that Logan eliminating AJ Styles was a disgrace, but then when he eliminated Punk, I thought it was preposterous. So, you know, not very happy with Logan Paul. Hate him even more now, but I know it's probably going to result in a very good match with him at WrestleMania. Reigns, Rollins, and Punk eliminations, like, what a Rumble moment that'll be. And yeah, what happened afterwards, in my opinion, is Seth Rollins turning heel, like 100%. He stomped the fuck out of Roman Reigns. The two-footed stomp was so unnecessary, and yet, like, oh, it looked awful. Yeah, he then went after Paul Heyman and then stopped Reigns again on the stairs and then got into a normal brawl with CM Punk, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of used to at this point when it comes to him and Punk, but him just going at Roman was very unexpected. And yeah, I really liked it actually. I hope it really does turn something. I hope it turns out to be something really important for him at come WrestleMania. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I can still see it being Punk and Rollins at WrestleMania, but if we get Roman and Rollins at WrestleMania, I would love that as well, because I think that match is magic every time they step into the ring. Yeah, it's a shame that Cena and Punk didn't even face off once. We didn't even get a tease of Punk versus Cena. I really would have liked that, but maybe that's by design, I'm not very sure. Logan, Jay, and Cena as the final three, I don't think anyone could have called that, in my opinion. Like, I don't think anyone would have had those three as the final three in the ring for the Royal Rumble. And yeah, so Jay gets the win. I was perplexed when it went down. I think me and my brother both took a seat as soon as we realised that, well, as soon as Cena got eliminated, pretty much. But after taking some time to think about it, sleeping on it for a bit, and like having a full day to think about it, I have a bit of an idea about how we get to WrestleMania for Jey Uso and what it'll entail. So I think it's going to be Cody versus Jay versus Sami for the WWE Championship, with Sami being the heel because he was eliminated by Jay, which I think was something that people kind of looked past. And you also got the fact that Cody massively took out Sami Zayn's best friend slash brother Kevin Owens earlier in the night, and then you kind of have Cody as the tweener, who's like heel on one bit because of what he's done, but also he's a babyface because he's Cody, and of course Jay is nothing but a babyface because of how over he is. But yeah, for me, that's kind of my prediction slash speculation for WrestleMania. Now onto the Rumble match itself. It was brilliant. The flow was spot on. It had some great wrestling to start the match with the Luchas and Chad Gable, all that kind of stuff. We had the comedy when it came to Otis and I Show Speed and Bron Breakker and all that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, for me, it got very serious after Roman Reigns came in onwards, when we started getting the more bigger players within the match. And yeah, for me, it was arguably the biggest upset in Royal Rumble history to have Jey Uso win the match. But the last thing anyone should be feeling is upset about this match. It makes the road to WrestleMania so unpredictable this year, and makes so Raw and SmackDown, and maybe even NXT as well, are must-watch every week until we get to WrestleMania. Because I think, though, like, again, there's a lot of speculation going on, we don't truly know how we're going to get to WrestleMania, what we're going to get at WrestleMania, and what I assume great matches we're actually going to get at the grandest stage of them all. So yeah, I feel like right now, this Rumble has made WWE as a product throughout the whole week and through to WrestleMania the funnest it can possibly be, and I can't wait to see it all go down. And yeah, this is going to be a very, very fun road to WrestleMania, my friends. So those are my thoughts and opinions on the 2025 Royal Rumble. Do sound off in the comments down below what you thought of the Rumble, what your favourite moment was, what was your favourite match, and all that stuff below. We'll discuss it down there. Do you like the video if you enjoyed it? And of course, do go enter the giveaway. We are doing a 2025 2K25 giveaway. I did mention at the start of the video. There will be a link to the post in the description as well, if I remember to put it in. But yeah, do go onto my Twitter. It's at TWR in capitals _ YT in non-capitals _ Leo. And yeah, follow me over there and do enter the giveaway, and you could win a edition of 2K25. A lot of stuff coming up on the channel as well. On Royal Rumble Day, you saw the start of a new series that we're coming up called as Wrestling Profiles, where I'm going to go through many people's careers from current day superstars to legends as well. Really looking forward to getting this series off the kind of on the off and kind of seeing how well they do. I've been really enjoying making these voiceover videos, so yeah, I need something different for the channel. And yeah, other stuff like I'm doing wrestlers that that WWE and AEW should sign. I'm covering Vengeance Day. I'm doing predictions for Grand Slam. So yeah, again, a very busy month on the channel. A lot of content coming up. So yeah, do subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much as well. We hit 500 subs over Royal Rumble weekend. So yeah, thank you very much for sticking around and watching all that stuff. And yeah, hopefully in not too long we'll be at 1K and we can do a big celebration for that as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.